What's going on, guys? Roger Dodger here at the Flooring Podcast. And I got Tony as my co-host. Tony, tell him what's up.
What's going on, guys?
All right. So, Tony, what was the reason? What was the reason why we wanted to start a podcast? What was the reason behind it? What do you think? Tell the viewers.
I mean, people always see us like in 10 to 20 second increments,
Yeah.
you know, and they never really get to see, the store and just longer like versions of those videos and just like more of ourselves too, I guess, just being here, what we see on day to day, what you see on day to day,
Yeah.
you know, from people walking in or whatever, because people don't see that. They just see,
Yeah.
like I said, whatever not that like whatever we want them to see, but
Yeah.
it's, I guess, a chance to see more. You know?
Exactly. Because the biggest issue that I've seen in the comments is they always say things like, they'll say, "What do you know, youngster?"
Yeah.
Right? Because you're how old are you? Let them know how old you are.
I'm 28.
You're 28.
Yeah.
And you've been in the flooring industry for about 7 years?
6.
6 years.
6 years.
6 years. So you were 22, right?
I was 22.
So why would they trust you, a 22-year-old kid, in the flooring industry? That's probably why they see you. They still think you're young in the flooring industry.
Yeah, I mean, compared to don't get me wrong, compared to some other people, you know, I am kind of young. But think about it, 6 years, 6 days a week, sometimes even 7, because, you know, the emails and the customers don't stop even on Sundays sometimes.
Yeah.
So it sounds kind of corny, but it's not just like a job. It's kind of something that you do too. Like I don't want to say like a way of life, but you know how it is, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're always in constant contact with your constant good customers, the contractors. Oh, I need this real quick. Okay, I'll bring it over to you, whatever it might be, you know?
Yeah.
So I think once you're fully in it for at least a couple of years, I think you should, or you can start to trust someone, you know?
Yeah.
But everyone in the comments is always, I've been doing this for 20 years and da-da-da-da, and I'm a
Yeah.
professional. And
Yeah.
da-da-da-da,
Yeah.
You know, but whatever, you know? Everyone's always going to have their own opinion.
Exactly. That's the funny part about what you're saying. So everyone has their own opinion, right? They've already created an opinion about you and your image.
Yeah.
Right? So they say, "Oh, this guy, what does he know?" When you had your crazy big hair, right? They would go in there and they would personalize based on how you looked.
Yeah.
They would come in and say, "This dude don't know anything. He has crazy hair.
Yeah.
What does he know?" Right?
Yeah. No, like, they'll look at someone and just completely disregard what just came out of their mouth, whether it be 100% true or something they've never heard, and just be like, no, because of the way you look, which it always happens. I mean,
So they're judging you based on how you look.
Yeah.
Based on your age, based on how you physically dress, or how your hair is, or your glasses, or anything.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "Oh, this guy don't know nothing."
some guy was like, I'm not taking advice from some guy who still lives at his mom's house. That's crazy.
Yeah. Do you live at your mom's house?
I haven't lived at my mom's house since I was 19.
So this is the reason why we wanted to have a podcast, because we want to be more intimate. And not, we want to be more intimate in a way where people can get to know Tony, Roger Dodger. They want to get to know more about us, and we really are somebody. We're not just characters showing you flooring and stuff. Because the thing is, a lot about flooring. You've had a lot of problems with homeowners, contractors, physically being there in front of the customer, telling you they've had problems with click systems, they've had problems with installation, they had problems with installers that disappeared on job sites.
Everything you could think
You know what I mean? So
Everything.
whenever someone in the comments tells you that, all you could do is laugh, right?
It's like, you don't even know. Like, you don't even know what the things that I've had to deal with, like with crazy customers, like everything that you could think of, from small jobs to big jobs that are $30,000, $40,000 just for material, And
people think that flooring is $1 a square foot, so it's not ever gonna cost $30,000, huh? What do you think?
I mean, like one of the, and it can get expensive. If you want to buy some nice stuff, it can get expensive. And the more expensive it is, the bigger the problems that, can arise, because people are spending a certain amount of money. There's like a level of expectation, and their stuff's supposed to be 100% right, Yeah,
you're saying because it's expensive.
Everything's supposed to go correct,
Oh, so you're saying the job has to go perfect because they spent more money.
Yes, like there's a level of expectation that if you're dropping $50,000, $60,000 on flooring and install, that you want it to come out how you looked. You know?
Perfect.
And
But would you? I don't mean to cut you off. Would you say that flooring and installation and home improvement stuff? Do you think that it always goes perfect?
no. So the rule number one, like always expect the unexpected, because as soon as like in flooring, the biggest thing is as soon as you start ripping up whatever floor is underneath, you're probably gonna find something you don't want to find. That's in flooring, and like for example, in like bathroom remodeling, when you start ripping up the tile, you're probably gonna find like some mold behind the tile. Usually,
Mold.
You know, just two little quick things just off the top of my head that is like that we always see all the time.
Yeah.
Because we sell tile too, a little bit of tile.
Yeah.
Customers come in, oh, we're doing my shower. They ripped off the wall and there's mold behind because it wasn't waterproofed right. Or like if it's flooring, oh, my floor is unclicking because I bought a 4mm SPC or my installer didn't level the floor.
Yeah.
All the time we hear it.
Yeah. So, would you say that you being a young guy in the flooring industry, that when a contractor or a homeowner that's much older than you, do you think that they act like they know more than you just because they're older than you?
Sometimes, and I think maybe, like some people will be like, oh, I know more than you, and I'm not going to listen to anything you say, but maybe after like a 2 to 5 minute conversation, once they can kind of listen to what you know, they'll kind of ease up and they'll be like, oh, maybe he does know what he's talking about,
Yeah.
But only if you let them in,
Dang.
Because if you completely shut someone out, you're never going to know whether your prejudgment is right or wrong.
Yeah.
But let's say, if you start to listen to someone and then they start to say something wrong, then you're like, damn, this guy really doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly.
Or he does.
Exactly. So that's the one thing that I appreciate about you, Tony, that you're young, you were hungry when I first met you, and you're still hungry. You know what I mean? I would say hungry for knowledge, hungry for success. You're the store manager at the Oxnard store. And I remember when I brought you on, I recruited you to work in our company. And you've always been a hard worker. You've always been focused. You're not, in my eyes, you're not a loser. You're not a wimp. You know what I mean? So when I see you, I see someone that wants to continue growing. I see someone that still wants to keep moving forward. Because there's a lot of people in our industry that have flooring stores, they have their own business and stuff like that, but they only take it to this far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand this, but a flooring store doesn't mean you're successful. And why am I talking about this? Because there's a lot of flooring stores out there that have a floor. There's a lot of flooring stores that people think because you got a flooring store, it doesn't mean, how do I word this? Just because, I want to get into it because you run a flooring store that is different from other flooring stores is what I'm trying to say. So when you compare the Flooring Factory Oxnard to all the flooring stores nearby you, would you say that the flooring factory in Oxnard is like the flooring stores around you? I guarantee there's about 50 or 60 different stores near you. How would you be able to describe your flooring store compared to other flooring stores near you? And we're not talking about big box store. We could talk about them later. Yeah. But talk about the flooring stores near you that can compare to your store.
I mean, I don't think they really can compare because like most of those smaller places won't usually have stock, or if they do, the selection is going to be this amount, 5-6 colors of some maybe entry-level LVP. You'll find a lot of special order stuff, but we can get that stuff too. Mm-hmm. And usually like I had a guy shop me this weekend between me, 101, ProSource, and we beat them, Mm-hmm.
Explain. What do you mean how you beat them? How did you beat them?
He came in looking for a specific floor, and I was like, okay, I can get that price.
A specific brand. Okay.
And I said, okay.
So you guys sell a lot of brands. You guys just don't sell your own. No. Like you guys have a lot of other brands other than the brands that you push on your page.
Yeah, I mean we stock certain brands. Like obviously we stock McMillan and we have like all their colors, or we try to have all their colors in stock. But we can get a bunch of other brands. Like we have a whole section off to the side of like, I would say 30, 40 brands.
Yeah.
From laminate to vinyl to wood.
Yeah.
So came in looking for this, for that specific floor, priced them out. Went to, I think, 4 other stores.
Yeah. So they're shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what's the best price. And he came back yesterday and placed his order. You know, and so I think we're always going to try to be the best price. You know, if you're looking for something like specifically like that, and for the McMillan, and like if you're looking for price, we have that. If you're looking for quality, we have that as well. We kind of have everything. We try to have everything.
I like the way you said that.
You know,
yeah.
We try to appeal to every kind of customer. Like I have vinyl at my store in the store for $2.
So $199.
$199 to $450.
Wow. So there's it's really wide range.
Big range.
So not every customer is the same, is what you're saying.
No, because, you know, some customers want cheap vinyl. Some customers want nice vinyl. Some people want cheap. Like I have wood for $3 in the store.
Oh wow, wood for $3.
And I have wood for $11, $12. Big range.
Yeah.
So really, depending on whatever you want and how much you're willing to spend, I could probably find something for you, or we could find something for you.
Dang. So let's get more into. I'm curious. So how do you talk about your store and your experience being at your store, and how do you explain to the customer, the homeowner, the contractor, the difference between your store and other stores nearby them? How would you explain to them our store's different? How would you do that?
I mean, not only is it like a lot bigger, it's like literally the biggest store in the whole area. So I mean,
okay, how big is that store? I heard it's like 100,000 square feet, right?
It's 100,000 square feet.
Okay.
So.
And what size are the stores near you? How big do you think they are?
A lot smaller. I mean,
I've heard. This is what I've heard. I've heard they're about anywhere from 1,500 square feet to 5,000 square feet.
At max, 5,000 max. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
let's get into that, because I don't think people understand what size we're talking about. We're talking about the size of a Domino's, right?
Yeah, like a little mom and pop shop.
Right.
You know? Like what you would assume.
Like a barbershop size, right?
Yeah, small. You walk in, it's extremely crowded usually, and there's
Yeah.
like racks all along the walls, and you almost feel like encased. It feels real small. So we try to make our store like spaced out so you can kind of feel more comfortable walking in, because every time I've been to like one of those stores, I feel like claustrophobic. And because it's so small, you have the one guy at the counter or the sales guy just kind of staring at you all the time. And even if like, because some people really just want to go in and look and don't want to be bothered, like maybe in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you don't have a choice because the guy's right there like this, you know? So
How's he do?
So it's like, but if like at our store, I mean, we try not to be pushy. Like if you want to walk in and you don't want to talk to us for whatever reason and you just want to look, that's fine, you know, and you don't have to see us because you can kind of disappear and look at what you want comfortably, and then if you want questions, we'll come up to you, or there's people walking around, or you can come up to us. So we try to be, I guess, as easygoing as possible. I think a lot of those like smaller places, they're real aggressive, kind of like used car sales guys.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the vibe that I've always gotten off.
Because you've been to other places, right? Because that's your job. You have to go check out your competitors, right?
I have to see what colors are out in the market. You know, is there something, you know, that we're missing that maybe I think I should have? So I always have to, you know, we always have to do our due diligence. And every time I go in, it's kind of like the same vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Like you walk into a small used car lot.
And they're on you like a hawk, is what you're saying. They're like,
Yes.
so it could, like I said, I like getting into these conversations because I want people to understand that there is a difference out there when they're shopping.
Yeah.
There's an experience that they're going to experience out there. So talking to the homeowner, if you're listening, contractor, when you walk into these stores, expect the owner to be there, especially at these tough times we're dealing with right now, that they're not going to have 10 employees working at that store. They're going to have maybe the owner or the owner's son or a relative, somebody hanging out there. Yeah. It's a mom and pop shop. Yeah. It's the reality, right?
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, they're going to be extremely aggressive, and that's fine, you know, like, but that's just kind of.
Give me an example. I want to know. What do you mean by aggressive? Like, what do you mean by aggressive? Well,
like
how they act like we're walking in. Let's say that you're walking into that store. It's called John's Flooring.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it feel like going in there?
Like, hey, how's it going? Hey, it's, you know, they'll respond, hey, fine. Like, and even though the customer will give off the vibe of like, no, I'm just looking. Well, what are you looking for? How big is your area that you're doing? And just constant like bombardment of questions, you know. And sometimes that can kind of like annoy a customer, you know.
By asking them too many questions too early.
Too many questions.
You got to read the
early.
customer.
Yeah, like some customers will come in and they have a million questions right away, and that, you know, that'll work, you know. But like I said, when you walk into those places, like selection is also extremely limited usually because the space is limited.
Makes sense.
You know,
makes sense.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's basically. I mean, they're gonna, like I said, constantly ask you questions.
Yeah.
They're going to try to sell you the install too, usually, because they're hooked up with installers.
And they want to make money on install, and they want to make money on the floor.
They kind of want to do the whole
Which is part of the business.
Yeah.
It's part of the business.
We understand that.
Not to say anything negative about those companies, because like I said, those companies, they're in the business, and they should know about flooring.
Yes.
And that's one thing that I've talked to you in the past about is, if we're in the flooring industry and you're all the way in it, physically in this industry, live and breathe flooring, I think that the person that's in the flooring business should know every corner and every angle of the flooring industry. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you've been in our warehouse. You understand how it functions. You understand how to load a customer correctly, how not to get so close to a truck with the forklift. These things, they're not experienced if you don't have a warehouse. You know what I mean? So like when you're saying that some of these places don't stock inventory, that's another thing. A lot of these other flooring industry, all these other floor stores that are out there, some of them don't stock. All they do is job pack. What is job pack? Explain to people what is a flooring retail store that doesn't stock inventory. What is that?
So let's say a customer wants some flooring. They go and they see it on a rack and they buy it. That store owner will order just that customer's order.
So I don't mean to cut you off. You're talking about a rack like the ones behind us that are on a display.
So let's say I like this one. I need 500 square feet. That owner's going to only order 500 square feet. Mm-hmm. And he's not going to order anymore because he can't afford to have any on hand in case it doesn't sell.
I see. So it's just a job pack one-time deal.
One-time deal.
Yeah.
Usually you can't return it, so you better order it correctly.
Yeah, they usually have that on their computers and stuff. Like I've been to places where it says no cancellations, no returns, restock fees, stuff like that, because it's not something that they stock, so they can't take it back into their inventory.
Exactly. So, and that's kind of the hard part. So like if you ever have an extra box or two, because maybe you just wanted to be safe, you can't return it.
You can't return it.
You cannot return it. And that's just kind of how you have to kind of walk in.
But what about the flooring factory? How do you guys handle that? Same situation, customer bought some certain amount of material. You guys have inventory. Mm-hmm. So what happens in that situation?
You could return it, like no problems. No restock fee, I think within like 2 weeks. And you usually will work with you. Sometimes obviously like
30 days. I've even seen you guys do 30 days.
Yeah, like if you call us and say, hey, I'm going to take it right now just because my contractor wants to have it ready because painters are going to finish this day and I don't really know what day it's going to start. Just give us a call. We'll work with you. And we could extend it usually up to a month with no restock fee. We try to be as flexible as possible. If it makes sense, why not?
Yeah. Wow. So you guys are completely different in the spectrum of the flooring industry. You guys have definitely changed the way you guys operate and function that retail store. It sounds like you guys care about every customer.
We try. I mean, like I said, we try to be like, because we understand like that, like we had said in the beginning, like not every job is perfect, So we understand that, hey, like I might not be able to return it in 2 weeks because I picked it up maybe a little too early, and now these guys have to floor prep, and now it's gonna kill like a whole day out of the time because we have to wait for it to dry and cure, and we can't lay the flooring until then or whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. So we understand that because, like I said, or like we said, we've been in it. We've seen everything that you could possibly think of. Yeah. Or hey, I took the floor and the painter is gonna take forever to finish painting or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We understand that.
Wow. Yeah, that's one thing that I really, really think about when I think about the homeowner experience, because I've been in the industry 17 years, right? So I think I'm well respected in the industry. I think a lot of people know me for being a funny guy and an entertainer, for being someone that talks negatively about gray floors, things like that. But I think that I'm a voice for every angle of the flooring industry. I really think that I am. Yeah. Not only do I understand the flooring in the wholesale level, I understand flooring in the retail level. I understand the flooring industry on the contractor level, builder level, designer level. I think that's why I really wanted to start this, because I think that there's a lot of people in the flooring industry that are getting older. Nothing wrong with getting old, but the old ways of doing business are dying. Yeah. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like we do a lot more online sales and stuff than we used to, and obviously 20 years ago, it was even less, you know, for all those companies. And 20 years before that, it wasn't even a thing, you know? So things evolve. Just like just like everything else, flooring sales is also going to evolve. You know, we see a lot more people ordering online than ever, you know?
Yeah. So get into that. I'm going to tell you about that right now. Lucky, pass me the waterway. I want to drink some water. Bring my cup and show it off on the camera. Thanks, bro.
Sick.
This is my my daughter's cup, and I put water in it. Yeah, my daughter was like, "What the heck?" She's like, "Daddy, that's my cup." I said, "Yeah, I know." So get into that. I want to know what you mean by that. So you're saying that the flooring industry is evolving. When you say evolving, do you mean that it's changing and it'll never change again, or do you mean it's changing for the good? What do you mean by it's changing? What's changing about the flooring industry?
It's not, I mean, it's constantly changing. Things are always constantly changing. Nothing ever stops changing. But we're just seeing, like, we're now seeing the shift, or at least our company is seeing the shift from going to a lot of walk-in sales. And not that we don't have walk-in sales, but to doing a lot more online sales.
Wow.
And for the better, I don't know if it's for the better. It just is what it is. I mean, we'll know if it's better, I guess, at the end, if it's easier. But it's not like we're getting complaints now, because customers will, like for example, which we never saw 5-6 years ago, at least in our company, customer will order a sample, they get it in the mail, and they just order their floor and it gets shipped directly to their house. We never saw that.
No, we never did. We never saw that
5-6 years ago. But now it seems like that is more of what we do, you know?
I blame Amazon.
Yeah.
I blame Amazon for that, because I think that Amazon changed the world forever. And once Amazon did that, the shipping world, it was born. It was born.
Everything is so easy now. Like, Amazon made it so easy for you to get anything that you want.
Yeah.
You know, like, literally from groceries to, like, toys for your kids to, like,
there's
diapers.
Instacart, and this is not advertisement. There's
No.
Instacart now. Target ships directly to you. Fast food places, they all want you to download an app so they can ship for free to you. Everyone's trying to ship to you now, making it more convenient for you.
Yeah.
So Flooring Factory has changed the way that they do business, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally just order the sample on your phone. They mail the sample to your house. You give a call, or you can email. You pay online. Like, really, the whole process will take you at max 10 minutes.
Dang.
Like, it's crazy to say that, you know? When that's an online customer. But when a customer walks in, you know, sometimes it could take a half hour to an hour to really, like, convince a customer on a color, because you're walking them through the whole process, you know? And that's fine. You know, some customers that don't feel comfortable ordering online, that's when they walk in. But the younger people, because I feel like people that are my age and younger, they're so comfortable with ordering everything online that they're just like, well, why not this too? Like, I order everything else. Like, why not flooring? Like,
you know, I'm gonna actually talk about that. That's actually really funny, and we'll get into the shipping. Lucky, how we doing? We good? Okay. So my wife, and my wife is 10 years younger than me. Okay, 9 years actually, 9 years younger. And she taught me a lot about the way she views the world, right? So I'm 35, she's 25, and she's gonna be 26. And I learned something about her. She trusts buying on the internet. And for the longest, we've been together for going on 7 years now, right? And I remember her buying her engagement ring online, okay? Look at how long ago this was. We got married 3 or 4 years ago, right? She bought her engagement ring, a diamond ring.
that's crazy.
White gold, okay? On the internet, online, no questions asked in her head. She never thought about thinking someone's gonna steal it. That's a lot of money. I think on my engagement, I didn't spend too much because I wasn't gonna go I'd rather blow my money on a house or something crazy. But I think the ring cost like $2,000, $2,500, right? And I thought to myself, dude,
You've never seen it.
you've never seen the ring, but you're gonna go and spend the money and get the ring shipped right away to your house. Dude, we're talking before I even trusted the internet.
Yeah.
And she's an example to me of buying online,
Yeah.
right? So that's where I think that started. Like you said, it's a certain type of generation of people buying online. And it's only gonna keep going that direction because people trust Amazon. People trust buying online.
They do.
So You don't think that people are going to keep, look at TikTok Shop. Look at affiliate marketing, how influencers connect to certain shops and they sell through online. Buying on the internet is the future, and it is here now. So if you're in the flooring industry and you're not in that business, you're not selling online, your business is going to slowly wither away. Yeah. And you're going to get stuck in that, one-on-one with the customer when you can get 50 customers in 3-4 days.
Yeah, and it's not even that. It's like, as the younger people get older and as the younger people buy houses, that's how they're going to be doing it.
Yep.
Think about everyone that's younger than me, and the younger people are only getting older.
Yeah.
And that's how I think it's going to go, but we'll see.
It's going to go. It's going to go that way, Tony.
That's what I'm assuming.
It's going to go that way. Nothing's going to stop what's already happening. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I like the way that you word everything. It's perfect the way you say things. I just can't believe that we've gotten to where we're at. I'm thankful about where we are right now. I'm very excited about the future because I do see a lot of bright light at the end of the tunnel. Because a lot of people right now in our industry are complaining about that it's slow. A lot of people in our industry are complaining that they're not busy. There's a lot of people right now in 2024 saying the flooring industry is slow. I'm not doing any sales. What's going on with the industry? What's going on with the economy? All this stuff that you're hearing right now. But it's not the economy. I think there's a shift going on, and they need to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like, I think right now, it's summertime, so it's supposed to be like our busiest time. And don't get me wrong, it always could be better, but we're selling more online than we are in person.
You see? You see?
So I think it's just more of like, if you're a store owner or even if you work for a company, it's just another avenue for you to try to get sales or for you to try to open up to a customer,
Yeah.
Just show them what you have online because, well, why not,
Yeah. And this is the time, then this is talking to all the retail stores. This is the time, and this is the time to buckle down and strategize how to win that customer when they walk through the door. Yeah. Because the thing is right now is every customer walking through your doors, you better sell them floors, right? And you're telling your guys that right now. Hey, if someone's walking through the door, you better make sure you close that guy or make sure you give him the best service you can give him because he's going to go somewhere else and someone else is going to take that sale from you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's hard right now, like, because everything is so expensive with inflation, customers are getting smarter with their money, and they want to make sure that they get the best value for their money. It's not like during COVID when everyone had money and everyone wasn't really working and there was a bunch of money. People were spending money on this and this and that, and no one really cared. And I saw that, and I was like, going from what it was before to during COVID, I was like, man, people just like seem to have so much money and they're spending everything, at full price. And now customers are trying to shake you down, and they're going from place to place.
What do you mean by shake you down? What do you mean by that?
They try to get the best price.
So you're saying when you got customers, even on the phone, I'm pretty sure that what I like to call grind. Yeah. Right. They grind you down to the point where they want the product at the lowest price possible because
they've already went to 5 places and they've gotten these many prices, and this is they don't want to tell you the lowest price. Well, I've got it for this. Well, what's your best price? You know?
Yeah.
And you can give them your best price, and you just kind of take it from there, And and hopefully that your service will carry along with your price,
Yeah. Yeah. So now you get a feel, Tony, of obviously the reason why we wanted to start this. What was the reasoning? I really feel that we are making the difference, and we are part of the process of where this industry is going. I really feel like that. I feel that we are the change. We are the way the home improvement is evolving. The influencer world is changing. I'm really deep in the influencer world too. You're getting deep into it. You're starting to see how people maneuver, how people are being influenced through influencers. I would describe influencers in any industry. If they're in the fitness industry or they're in the home improvement industry, I think influencers are the way that I would say the way actors were an influence on us in the 90s and the 80s, musicians, how they influenced you through their lyrics, through their movies, stuff like that. I feel that influencers are the ones influencing the way we feel and the way we view the world. I really feel that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, and I was just talking to this to my girlfriend the other day. Like, there's so many influencers.
Yes.
Like my girlfriend can know someone that has 200,000, 300,000 followers, and I've never heard of them. And then I can know someone that has the same amount or even more, and she doesn't even know who they are. You know, and or like for example, I watch a lot of YouTube, and you know, these people that have this million followers,
Yeah.
which is a lot,
Yeah.
you know, and that's a big movement from all around the world, and
Yeah.
but she's never heard of them. So there's a bunch of people that are obviously influencing a bunch of people that you don't even know about, you know.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's so much like reach from the internet.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I'm going to tell you a quick story, and this I think will end it. I have an influencer friend, and she's a really nice person, and I've met her, and I'm going to be seeing her soon, and we're going to make some content together. I told her about Gary Vee. Okay? Gary Vee is one of the most motivational, influential people to me, right? And I told her, have you heard of Gary Vee? And she's like, who's that? I was blown away. Yeah. She's an influencer. She has 6 million followers on TikTok. She has about 500,000 followers on Instagram. She's in the home improvement industry. It's not that she doesn't care or didn't see him. I think, like you just said, there's just so many influencers in the world right now that it's hard to catch everybody.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, like back then, like maybe 10, 15 years ago when it was in the beginning, yeah, everyone can maybe kind of know him as that internet guy or that YouTube guy or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But now there's so many with such a big following that it's hard to know everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm Tony. We're gonna get more into the next podcast. We'll definitely dig more into how the influencer world has changed our business, how different products are doing really well. We'll talk about, you know, things about the industry that irritate me and you. We'll talk about things that I think that people really don't understand about flooring. And when it comes to the way it's manufactured, the way the brand is, the way brands carry themselves, the way different products are manufactured, all those little details, tile, ceramic, porcelain, marble, all these things that people think I don't know about, you don't know about, just because all we talk about is laminate, vinyl, hardwood. We know about tile, we know about thin set, we know about grout, we know about Schluter system profiles. We don't talk about it, but we know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the next podcast, I'll definitely dig more into those little things. But I appreciate you, Tony. I'll see you on the next podcast. And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Peace.